Oh, picks him. Dude, it's gonna be Mac Jones. It's gonna be Mac Jones.
If it's anything but Trevor Lawrence, that'd be so funny.
imagine on Trevor Lawrence. That's Brad.
Boring.
See the reaction though.
Wow, look, are they supposed to have those 3 Gatorades there, and there's just the off-brand Gatorade?
yeah. The guy's already running his eye.
It's actually hilarious. Tim Tebow worked. I didn't know Tim Tebow. Oh, I kind of heard about it, but he worked out with the Jaguars and could sign as a tight end.
Yeah, I saw that.
That'd be interesting. And this is gonna be Zach Wilson. I still don't like the pick. I still think Fields is a better pick.
I like the pick.
I like
Wilson.
I think Lance is gonna be the better quarterback. I don't know. I just don't like the Jets in general, so it's like so tough for me to.
Well,
just because the situation is so bad, it's so tough for me to be like, I like the pick because I honestly just don't think it's gonna work out.
But if it's gonna get better, I feel like Wilson's a good guy for it. If it's going to be good this year, I think he's going to be the right guy for it. I think Lance needs like a year. I think he'd be bad this year if he were to start from day one, and then they just get all over him, and then I don't think he'd be good. He may, but I think Wilson's a good guy for year number 1. Oh, so Nish left us.
Wow. Typically though, this doesn't count as one. I don't think. So there's somebody on it that's not. But it might just be my phone, or it might be, I don't know.
Yeah, because when I checked it on mine, it said there was 1 viewer, and I thought it was just this, but I don't know.
I don't think that counts. I think it has to be like a different.
I know you can't see. I don't know. You can see people who are in chat though. They're not at. Wait, shift. Wait, is it command or shift? I don't even know. Oh, shift, yeah. Oh, no, it is Nish. So, yeah, Nish is still in here. I don't know.
Well, now it says there's 2. So maybe it is. Maybe it does count. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe it does count as.
You know, it's cool like this, though. I should just stream, like, video games and shit like that.
I was streaming some good old World of Warcraft the other day.
Some WoW.
I averaged like 4 viewers. It's actually pretty lit.
Oh, my parents are on. That's who it is. Oh.
It's my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Hello. I think Panthers getting Donald is really valuable for them. I think, yeah.
The Panthers?
What?
The Panthers you're talking about?
Yeah, the Panthers getting Donald from the Jets is huge. I mean, not having to draft a quarterback here. They're going to be at 8.
Well, they still might. I think they still might.
I think they trade down, though.
Yeah, I think if they're not going to go quarterback, I think they may go corner. I think they could go corner, but I think they might trade down. I wouldn't be surprised if the Pats traded up, or they're trading the Saints are trying to trade up to the top 10.
I wouldn't be surprised. That'd be you have to get.
But they weren't looking for a quarterback though. That's the weird. Yeah, they weren't looking for a quarterback.
They weren't.
No. It was to trade into the top 10, but not take a quarterback.
Oh. I
don't know.
Be giving up quarterback type,
type stock to get.
And you're what? I mean, they had probably like the 25th-ish pick. 28.
Yeah, they're 28. So I don't know what. I mean, I wouldn't expect it to be one trade. I would expect it to be two trades, right?
Probably.
I mean, unless you're trading a player or something.
I want to say when the Chiefs traded up to 10 to draft Mahomes, they were like 23.
Yeah, so they were in the 20s.
And that was one trade, but I think going from 28 to 8, that's
a lot.
That's a lot.
For not even a quarterback.
Yeah, it's because you're competing with people who are trading for quarterbacks like the Pats. So I just don't think they'd be able to. I don't know who they'd even want at 8 either.
The Saints. I don't know who it would be. I guess it's not like there's a standout defensive player, you know. I guess a wide receiver maybe. Like maybe they trade Thomas and get a wide receiver, but that just wouldn't make any sense. But I don't know.
Yeah. The Jaguars' odds to draft Trevor Lawrence was something like minus 100,000. Honestly, it wouldn't even be like. If I had 100K, I'd be confident throwing 100K on that to win $100.
Yeah.
I mean, like, there's no reason not to. I mean, they were gonna take him.
I mean, yeah, I guess you're making a free $100. Imagine they didn't and you put 100K. He's like lost 100K.
That'd be horrible. If it's anybody but Zach Wilson, I will be shocked.
Zach Wilson. Oh damn, this actually kind of going pretty fast. I'm not gonna lie.
What, the draft?
Yeah, so far.
Yeah.
The first two picks, that was like 5 minutes. Like that was not that long.
Yeah.
I guess they were expected, but like still. All right, this is where this pick and the next pick is where it's gonna. I think they said the Falcons are gonna stay at 4, which I don't know.
I mean, I actually, as a Patriots fan, I like that because I would rather the Dolphins have to take Jamar Chase than Kyle Pitts. I don't want the Dolphins getting Kyle Pitts. I'd rather them.
Yeah.
That would also help because that would mean a quarterback. I don't want a quarterback to go at 4 as well. Because if I want Fields, which I probably do. I mean, I don't know what they'd give up yet, but
yeah.
I'm hoping we get at least like a trade though somewhere.
Yeah, there would definitely be a trade. Someone's going to move up in the top 10, or someone's just going to move down. One of the two.
Do you think a quarterback gets selected, or other than
like 4?
The standard 5, which is Jones, Wilson, Lawrence, Fields, and Lance?
Oh, like someone
in
other?
the first round?
Someone other than them? Oh, in the first round? Nah, I don't see anyone taking a first round quarterback. That's not one of those 5.
Yeah.
Like, there's no point in taking someone like who's the next one? Like Trask? See, like
it'd probably be Trask.
Yeah, he's like a 4th round. He's not a first round guy.
Yep, sporting the classic. All my friends are dead.
I was gonna wear a Cowboy shirt, but
yeah, I would have worn like a jersey. I just don't have any like here. So
yeah.
Ryan taking out the trash.
Well, that was Ryan. I didn't even notice it.
I think it was Ryan. I'm not sure if I was like gonna get drafted, if I would even go to the draft or not. I'm not like.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like most people don't anymore, or I don't know if it's just because of COVID or not, but.
Nah, even like Baker didn't. Who else did? I mean, obviously last year they didn't, but it does seem like more like the top picks. Like if you know you're gonna go number one, it kind of seems like they don't go. Honestly. Yeah. It's that girl in black.
What?
Look at that girl in the black. Who is she?
The Jets. I just don't ever think they're gonna be like actually like they're never gonna win a Super Bowl.
I mean, you'd think at one point, right?
I don't know.
At one point.
I still think Darnold's gonna work out, and I don't know that Wilson. I have more confidence in Darnold working out than Wilson, solely just because of situations now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the Panthers are definitely. I think they can be better. I just don't know if. I don't know. I like Darnold. Like we've always said, we've liked Darnold, but I don't know. I don't know what that team. I feel like that team's kind of weird.
It's not a great roster.
I mean, their defense isn't good, which doesn't help. They're not going to be good for another like 2 years probably.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you think of your offense, like you already paid McCaffrey, but like, you know, how long is he really going to hold up? And he basically missed all this year, so you know he's only 25.
Yeah.
So you just paid him. That's going to come back at some point. And you're going to have to pay DJ Moore. I mean, you're probably going to get another offensive weapon at some point. So I don't know.
I feel like, to me, I like Rule more than I like Sala, and I think the Panthers organization is just, I think they've just been historically better. I have faith in them much more than I.
Yeah, I like Rule too. Yeah, I think in like 3 years, I just don't know if Darnold's going to be the quarterback. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
I mean, this draft, he may not even be the quarterback, so.
Wow, this is going to be.
I think it's Lance.
I don't want to check my phone. I actually want to see this live. I think it's Jones. Did you see Monday Night Football's keeping the same crew as last year? I forget the names, but I know Louis Riddick's one of
VV,
them.
Riddick, and Greasy.
Yeah, I didn't like that crew.
I didn't. Yeah, I don't.
I mean, I don't think they were like horrible. I didn't.
I don't know. I didn't love them. I guess I'll say.
Like, I don't know. I think there are like Sunday at 1 p.m. guys who are better than those guys.
Yeah.
Even though the Sunday at 1 p.m. should theoretically be the worst.
Yeah. Honestly, the 4 o'clock guys are the worst. The West Coast guys.
Which ones?
Like the people like. I don't know what his name is, but there's like the people who do the Cardinals games, the Rams games, like the 4 o'clock games are on the West Coast that like you're not really watching. Like obviously you're watching the 1 o'clock games more than the 4 o'clock games. You know what I'm saying?
No. I feel like the 4 o'clock games are
like the ones on like the not the ones that on like I don't know what his name is, but it's usually like the CBS ones that are at 4 o'clock on the West Coast.
It's the CBS ones at 4 o'clock that aren't Ramon, right?
Yeah. It just seems, I don't know, like, obviously there's more 1 o'clock guys, so they're not good, like the guys towards the end, like who are doing like the Jaguar games aren't going to be as good, but like, I don't know.
But who's the guy? I forget his name, but he does like, I think he like made a record for being the first guy to do all 4 major sports. He's the guy that called the Miami Miracle. He does basketball. He does all 4 major sports.
Kenny Albert?
I think
Kenny Albert does do all 4 sports.
I think that's him.
I mean, he does hockey. He does basketball for the Knicks. He does football. He does Fox.
He kind of has like a. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I like him. Though.
Well, Kenny Albert's the son of Marv Albert.
I don't know how else to. I believe it's him. I could be wrong.
Oh, I just got a Twitter. I got a Twitter notification.
Yeah.
It's Kenny Albert.
Yeah.
She does hockey for like national TV games, and and then he does Knicks. All right, we forgot. I got a tweet. I didn't look at it, but I wonder who it is.
I think it's Jones.
I think it's Lance.
Wow.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Wow. I mean, I think in terms of when you look at Garoppolo and you say Garoppolo has 1 or 2 more years in San Francisco, this pick makes sense.
Yeah.
I like this pick way more than I like Jones. I just thought that they were going to pick Jones because that was Shanahan's guy. This is going to be the fall. This is where Jones. Since Jones is going here, where does Jones go now?
He probably falls.
I think he's definitely going to fall.
I think Fields goes before Jones, right? I think the Niners are the only team that was big in on Jones. So I wouldn't be surprised if he falls to, I mean, whatever team even needs a quarterback past. Like, if the Patriots move up to get Fields, then whatever that next team is to get a quarterback, whether it's Carolina or Denver, they probably take Jones unless Patriots don't move up. I don't know.
I think this hurts the Patriots, though, in their efforts of getting Fields.
Because Lance would have dropped.
Yeah, Lance would have. Yeah, because like Lance was a guy that the Broncos could take, like a team
a Broncos would have taken him. Jones, he could be like. I don't think the Broncos want Jones. I don't think so either.
I don't think any teams really want Jones at their. I don't think they want him at 8 or 9. I think.
You could just. I think you could wait.
The Patriots may, if they don't trade up, they may take Jones at 15, which was kind of what people thought like a few months ago.
Yeah. But if they want Fields, I mean, they could honestly trade with Denver if they wanted to.
They could.
Because Denver could most likely get Jones at 15, and then they could get Fields at, 8 or 9? 9. So, assuming the Panthers aren't taking a quarterback, and assuming a team doesn't trade up with Atlanta right here, Fields is probably there at 9.
Yeah.
I mean, he's definitely there at 9.
I think the Lions still could take a quarterback. I mean, I don't know. I think
they're not taking a quarterback. And they're taking. I don't know who they're going to take, but I think they're taking. They could trade back, honestly, too. I think if Pitts and Chase aren't there, then I think the Lions could easily move down.
Yeah, no, they definitely could.
Which you could. The Patriots could move there if they wanted to. If they could do that. It's like they show Shanahan and just like
Shanahan's in the back. Shanahan's in the back. He's in the gray. He's in that gray. If you see him way in the back, like light gray.
Oh yeah,
that's Shanahan. I'm like 99% sure that's Shanahan.
They are the cup.
Yeah.
He's probably pissed off.
Dude, I bet he is. He's probably like. God, I don't know. Maybe he. I'm sure he likes Lance. I'm just.
They said Trey Lance's psychological tests were off the charts. The 49ers considered him the smartest quarterback in the draft class. The notification I got wasn't even about that.
The New York Jets tweeted, "All right, hurry up at Jaguars."
What?
I'm just surprised they took Lance. I really am. I thought it was going to be Jones. It's kind of scary just because I don't want the Pats to take Jones, but. So out of these 5 quarterbacks, though, at least one's gonna bust.
Yeah,
who do you think it's most likely to be?
Well, to see where they go, I'd probably say Jones. I think if Jones went to the Niners, I wouldn't say him. But if he goes to a team that, unless the Patriots, if he goes to the Broncos, Panthers, like I could easily see him busting there.
Yeah.
I mean, Lawrence. I'm pretty sure he'll be pretty good. Wilson, I expect to be pretty good. At least good. I don't know if he'll be like amazing, but I think he'll be good. Wilson.
I think Wilson.
I don't think he'll be a bust.
Too.
I don't think he'll be a bust. I don't know if his rookie year is going to be good, but I think next year he'll be good.
Okay. Yeah, maybe.
They don't have enough. They don't have enough weapons, so I don't think he's going to be that good this year.
If you told me one quarterback is going to like Jamarcus Russell type, just be horrible, like never even be good at all, I wouldn't be surprised if it's Wilson. I'm not saying he has like the work ethic issues, but I don't think Jones is a good pick. But I think Jones will at least be like a guy that stays in the league for a while, even if it's just a backup.
Looks like the Falcons are going to pick, so they're going to pick.
I'd assume
unless
so.
they go Fields. I don't think they're going to do that though. Well,
if they picked a quarterback,
I got a
that
tweet. Should I look at it?
I mean, probably not, but
I don't know. It's like it's not even about it.
I mean, I could see if I got a tweet also. Oh, wait, no, that was about 40. I saw 49ers.
Oh, you don't have yours? Mine doesn't show up. Like, you have to put your face on it for
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
my Face ID broke.
Okay.
So, but even before then, it would still show the thing before.
All right, so, this seems like Pitts. I'd just be surprised if it wasn't. And then I'm assuming, does Cincy go Chase or Sewell? I had them taking Sewell in our mock drafts, but Chase and Burrow, LSU, I don't know. Then what does Miami do?
If it goes Pitts and Chase, I think they take Waddle.
Yeah,
I don't agree with it, but
I think they would take Waddle.
I just think Waddle at 6. What I don't like about Waddle at 6 is like, even though Waddle's a guy that probably deserves to go 6 potentially, if he wouldn't go 6, he probably doesn't go till like around probably 11 or 12.
Yeah. It's gonna be Kyle Pitts, so.
With the 4th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a good pick. We'll see if it's. I'm curious what their offers were.
Yeah.
If they got offers.
Yeah, that's gonna come out. It'll come out. What offer they got. But it's definitely not a bad. He's the second. He's the second best player in the draft.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a question about that. So. Oh, the 49ers did not tell their coaches or scouts their pick. They didn't know the team was selecting Trey Lance until the pick was announced. So that sounds like an owner GM decision right there.
So they didn't know who they were going to pick until they were legitimately on the clock.
Until it was announced.
So wait, so only the owner and GM knew?
It says 49ers did not tell their coaches or scouts. So I'm assuming that means front office, owner,
so that's John Lynch
and Shanahan.
Well, no, maybe not Shanahan.
No, Shanahan definitely knew. I think coaches means other coaches.
Probably.
Shanahan had to know, right?
I don't know.
I'd be surprised if he didn't know they were taking Lance. Even though he wanted Jones, like for them not to say we're going to go with Lance, there's no way they said that. There's no way they did that. But I don't think none of the other coaches, none of the scouts knew. That sucked. Imagine being a scout. You literally do all the work, and you don't even know they're going to take.
That's what they say that Bill does or did, and is potentially kind of not doing as much anymore, which is having the scouts do all the work, and then Bill just has a meeting with Saban, and then Urban Meyer back when he was in Florida, and whoever the Rutgers guy is, and says, "Who do you like on your team?" And then he just picks those guys. I don't know. That's crazy though. So actually, I don't think this is delayed very much because we haven't.
The Wilson one was probably like 10 seconds before.
And that was like an obvious pick, so maybe they
Yeah.
just
So, but I haven't been looking, but I haven't like none of the tweets I've gotten have said like yeah.
I mean, I didn't.
Yeah, they're
I
taking
didn't
him.
I didn't get anything about Pitts
Yeah.
until after. So.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know who just. I think Cincinnati's probably between Chase and Sewell here.
Yeah, it's do you go weapon or do you go offensive line? I think they should go offensive line. I think it's just the smarter pick. But, I mean, I don't think you can go wrong with Chase. I just think the better pick is Sewell. So I think you like Chase better, right?
I don't know. I would honestly be fine with either. I'm not too sure.
Again, I'm fine with both, but I just think Sewell's the better pick. If Burrow doesn't get injured last year, I think you take Chase. But I just don't know how you can have him get injured and then not take clearly the best offensive lineman. Even though he's not, may not be the best offensive lineman, but in this draft he is. So it's a hard pass.
I've been waiting for that call my whole life. And when I see my phone ring, it's just from my heart dropping. It's just step one into the right direction. So I can't wait to get to Atlanta and start the journey.
From head coach Dan Mullen to Armel Kiper Jr., they call you a unicorn. So proclaim it now. What do you hope to accomplish in the NFL?
I hope to accomplish a lot. I have a lot of goals that I want to reach, and I think through time, strength, and just mentally, I think I'll reach it.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Susie. What a beautiful moment that is. Again, we're off to a fast start. The quarterbacks went 1, 2, and 3 as expected. There are still 2 more waiting to hear their names called. And 20 more. We're just getting started. We continue in just a moment. You're watching the NFL Draft.
I wonder if the Niners like Wilson more than Lance. Curious.
Yeah, I guess we'll never know probably.
And I'm sure every team liked Lawrence more than every other quarterback. I'd assume.
Yeah. Oh, all right. That's the first 4.
Okay. Well, this is, I guess, where like the draft. I mean, I guess the draft started at 3, but this is where like really you have no idea. I mean, I guess it's still 50-50, but
We made the deal.
Yeah, this is now it gets to the point where what is someone going to trade up? What does Detroit do at 7? Does Carolina take quarterback? Does Denver take quarterback?
I still don't even know what Miami will do at 6. I mean, I guess it depends on what they do at 5.
Yeah, I think it all depends on 5. I don't think they take. If Sewell isn't taken here, I don't think Miami's taking him.
I think Detroit could take Sewell at 7.
I think Detroit probably would, unless they trade down. But yeah, I think it probably goes. If they take Chase, I think it goes Chase, Waddle, and Sewell. Right.
Yeah, probably. That's probably
Unless a team trades up, but
Said the Old Spice Dynasty helps get you off your couch. Advantage of the driver's seat.
If you want to be a winner, then get a turkey football from Subway. That's oven roasted. High with crisp veggies on freshly baked bread.
So let's get out there and get those footlongs.
Now at Subway, buy 1 footlong in the app and get 150% off. Subway, eat fresh.
History, the first Japanese male to win a major
like dust off the corner. Somebody said it looks like it's like smudgy or something. Not sure if that will actually fix it or if the camera's just like not that good.
I think it did a little bit. I mean, the camera's definitely not good, but I think it did a little bit.
All right. Let's see if I get spoiled. Oh, I just got spoiled.
You know what it is?
Yeah. It wasn't even a tweet. It was just like a notification from like Yahoo Sports. I didn't even know I like had that app downloaded. At least I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna say
spoiled.
Sewell. I'm gonna say Sewell.
It said a name. I'm pretty sure it was a spoiler, but it could have not been. So I won't even say.
Yeah, I'm going Sewell. That guy.
It's like they got literally every single Bengals fan for this draft event. I just don't understand how somebody could be a Bengals fan. Like it's just,
it's pretty depressing.
like I feel like they're just known for being like the owner, just known for being cheap and not want to ever spend money. So it's like you're just probably never gonna win a Super Bowl.
With the fifth pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Cincinnati Bengals select Jamar Chase, wide receiver, LSU.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I don't think it's a bad pick. I just don't think it's the right pick. I don't know. I don't think it's the right pick.
I think it has a higher ceiling and a lower floor, I would say is my initial reaction. I think Jamar Chase, there's a potential he's just an absolutely elite receiver, like top 3 perennially. But there's also a chance he's just not that. So I think Sewell's probably a better lock to be better at his position than Chase is to be better at his.
Yeah.
I think that's just with the position. I just think wide receivers are a riskier position to draft. So I think just by nature, he has a higher ceiling with probably a much lower floor. I don't see Sewell just randomly busting.
Yeah, I don't see that either.
I think Chase could be like a Sammy Watkins, where I don't know if I consider it a bust, but clearly just not the right pick. I think the Bills took him at 3, maybe around 5 or something like that. It was around 3 to 5.
Yeah, something like that.
That was the same draft where Odell Beckham went 10. There were other receivers from that draft too that were really Jarvis.
That was a loaded class. Mike Evans.
Yeah, that
That
class.
class was basically everyone behind Watkins was pretty good. Like I said, I like the pick, but I just don't think it's the right pick.
I don't know how to feel about it.
Because they haven't done anything to improve their offensive line, and they can't do it. I mean, free agency's over, so there's no one else out there. So it's just like you're basically going in next year, unless they draft someone second round, third round. You're basically going with the same offensive line you had last season. So I don't know. I just don't think it's the right pick.
They must have talked to Burrow too, right? I mean, you'd assume they talked
Yeah,
to
they
Burrow
definitely
because
did.
they played together. So.
Yeah. So I mean, he clearly signed off on it, but man, I don't know.
I would assume they take. I mean, regardless if they took line here, I think they take receiver in second or third, and I think they're taking receiver here, so I think they take tackle in second or third.
Yeah.
Apparently, this is a deeper tackle draft, so maybe that's just the reason why they just figured that they must like. I don't know. Maybe it's just because they could view Chase and Sewell pretty equally, but if they think there are better tackles in the second round than receivers, they might have just gone with Chase here and then get the tackle in the second. I'm not sure. I think.
Because look, they'll have one of the top picks in the second round anyways, so they're basically getting a first round guy, assuming that there's a tackle who's going to be there. But the Dolphins, their pick's already in, so I mean, they must have. I mean, I'm assuming Waddle is going here, right?
I would assume so.
That's what we were saying. So. But yeah, yep.
I mean, if you told me that you would get A.J. Brown out of the 5th pick, I would say that's not good. I don't think getting somebody like A.J. Brown out of the 5th pick is a I mean, I'm not saying. I don't know if he actually turns into be AJ Brown, I think that'd be a disappointing pick at picking 5. Wouldn't be the worst, but
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be. I mean, I'd rather have AJ Brown, but than the alternative. But it's definitely to pick a guy at 5. He has to be a top 5 guy in the league, top 3.
yeah, he has to be. He has to be like
Julio. You pick Julio, wherever they drafted him, it was top something.
Yeah, he needs to be. At top 10.
Yeah.
At least top 10.
And look, they have a good. I mean, the wide receiver core: Higgins, Boyd, and Chase. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad.
That's more than enough. I mean, that's good. If
it's just the offensive line, that's a problem. And you have Mixon, obviously, so. Let's play for the Bengals.
It's a blessing coming true, being out here with my family, experiencing having this good experience.
And look, he didn't play last year, so he's going to be out. I mean, he's going to be out of shape.
You'd assume so.
I mean, he's just not. He's probably not going to be great in the beginning. He may be better towards the end, but he's not. He's probably not going to start off that way.
That type of production at the next level.
Yeah, I need to keep the same mindset I always have, keep working, keep being competitive, and I think that takes me a long way. It's on the right road.
Congratulations.
Thanks so much.
Well, you mentioned the partnership with Joe Burrow. They become the first teammates in a common draft era that were quarterback and wide receiver from the same school that both got drafted in the top 10. And you see on your screen why that is. In their 26 games together, they were remarkably productive. Now, while we were doing that, the Dolphins have already made their pick. And so quickly now, the Dolphins at 6. They go after it from 3.
I just don't like trading up. So you trade down from 3 to 12, and then you're gonna trade up from 12 to 6 to draft Waddle.
Well, they must have thought that Chase was going to be there at 6, and that someone was going to trade up with Atlanta to take a quarterback, or the Bengals possibly could take Sewell.
I mean, it clearly wasn't. I mean, it didn't happen. So I think you just should have. If you really wanted Chase at 6, you wait to trade up from 12 to 6.
Yeah, you could always hold that 12th pick, and if he is there, you could always trade up. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they did just want. Maybe they just thought. Maybe they just liked Waddle the whole time. I doubt it. Even if you have liked Waddle the whole time,
I mean, they might go Sewell. I mean,
they might.
I'd be surprised if they go Sewell, but it somewhat would make sense because at 3 you're not going to take him. At 12 he's going to be gone. So at 6 he is going to be there. I just don't think they would take him. I just don't think they need him. So
yeah,
I think they need a wide receiver. I don't know. This will be a curious pick, honestly.
With the 6th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
Alabama.
You see the fans like it. The Dolphins fans like it.
just walk right away.
Favorite stat of the draft. Well, Jalen Waddle scored 17 touchdowns in college, and those plays averaged 44.5 yards. It's impossible, but it's true. And you know something?
if Devontae Smith
Everyone is trying to find the next Tyreek Hill.
if he pans out, I mean, he's got so much like chip on the shoulder material. I mean, he won the Heisman, and then Jamar Chase and Jalen Waddle get drafted above him. I mean, if I
Yeah,
was
but
in
I
his
almost
spot,
feel like everyone thought that was going to happen.
no, I agree, but I'm just saying if you're him in his spot, like
Yeah.
he has no excuse to not. I mean, have that edge.
We'll see. I mean, there's probably 3 teams that could take Smith, at least. Obviously, all 3 can't get him, so
NFL comparison Tyreek Hill. I don't know about that. It's hard to do an NFL comparison with Tyreek Hill.
Here, again, the ability to stretch the field. You see him here. He can ran the slot fade. He could just here. He's just going to take off down the field toward the goal post. You just can't match up with him, especially if you're an inside coverage player, and in particular if you're a safety. Tyreek Hill. You see him here again. I believe they call this circle post in Kansas City. It's all Philadelphia terminology. Looks like you're going to the corner, going to the post, and you just outrun defenders. And that's what this guy can do. But the one thing we didn't see very much of there
The Lions pick is in also, so they're not trading. I think they go Sewell. Right?
I think so too.
Well, this is good for Miami. This is how your team feel. Okay, when Miami traded down 3, you knew they were going all in with it. So now that you're going all in with him, Mel, give him somebody that can help. They had the offensive line covered last year. Now you come back and you get the wide receiver. So now you can start to build an offense. And we got to see, is Tua going to be the guy? He struggled toward the end of last season. Now you have the weapons. You can continue to take that next step. You got a tight end and Mike is saying, now you have an explosive wide receiver to the wall.
And a better field position with a great punt return. I mean, 24-yard average per punt return in 2019. He's coast to coast as a punt returner. He's coast to coast catching touchdown reception. Spectacular player.
Yeah, I was hoping to see trades, but I guess from a pure Patriots fan perspective, I guess.
It's still a possibility. Next 2 picks could easily
Yeah.
be traded.
Yeah.
And we'll see. It could be 2 quarterbacks. It could be 2
Cornerbacks.
corners. It could be, honestly, a lot. It's a lot of possibilities.
I wonder
Trade, it could be something.
who's the first defensive player taken. I mean, is it going to be Sertan? Is it going to be Parsons? Is it going to be Horn?
It's probably Horner for Tam, I'd like to say.
I'd agree.
And for 10, for the Cowboys pick, I'm good with either one. I want Sertan, but I'll take either one. I won't be mad at if it's Horn, I won't be mad. Especially because Denver could definitely take a corner, even Carolina. So, as long as they both don't get taken then, and if they both get taken, I'd be so pissed. Yeah, face man.
I just don't think you'd have Waddle returning punts, but
Yeah, maybe for a little bit, but they have they have that guy Grant is that his name? Hakeem Grant, is that his name? Jakeem Grant, whatever his name is. He's on the Dolphins. I think he returns their punts anyways.
I'm just saying that I just don't think it's worth putting your 6th overall pick back there.
Yeah, the Cowboys do that with CeeDee Lamb. I don't know why they do that. I think it's so dumb.
Yeah, I mean, the Pats used to have Edelman back there, and then eventually they just stopped. Even though Edelman,
They're
for a year and a little bit, he averaged the most net yards, like the most average return, the biggest average return or whatever. I just don't think it's worth putting a guy back there that like you actually need in your offense.
Yeah. Unless he's like a true specialist at it, like a Hill, where like you definitely can put him out there sometimes.
But
like,
even the Chiefs, like they don't even always put Hill out there.
yeah, because they have
Hardman.
Harmon, yeah, but like a Hill's like a special case where like I know he actually is like really good at returning punts, so like I'm okay with him being out there. But I mean, yeah, I'd rather him not be out there.
Zolo guy commented hello.
What's up, bro?
Dan Campbell. I don't think he's gonna be. I just don't see it. I don't think he's gonna be a good head
Did you take your shirts off for a follow? Nah, bro, you could just get out of here.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't do that, to be honest. I'd consider it, but if you weren't here in person,
Maybe a sub.
they can't sub because we're
they
not.
can't sub?
We have to get like a certain amount of like. Twitch makes you have to get like a certain amount of like followers and like average viewers.
Fuck that.
I don't think Penny Sewell's gonna fall to 8, so
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the only pick is Sewell here.
in order to do that, you need followers, and that's what I'm offering. It's tempting.
It's only one, bro.
It's true.
It's Sewell, right?
Detroit Lions select Benetti, tackle, Oregon.
That dude's got the The cryo things on. Yeah.
Let's go, Patriots. Trade up. Thanks for the follow, Zolo guy.
Oh, you followed?
He said he's gonna fall. Actually, I don't think I can like technically tell. But whatever.
I don't know if he's in here anymore. Damn, we've been live for an hour, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah.
If you take them off, I'm gonna drop another follow from our friends' accounts. You see what you said?
One NFL head coach Cole Lyons, first round pick Panay Sewell, the one surefire Hall of Famer in this draft class.
Yeah, so
I mean, we'll see. I'll screenshot that. Actually, no, I won't.
yeah, I mean, I don't know if I mean, he's gonna be in Detroit, so like, we're not gonna hear about him for a couple years. How happy they are. I think you could see it. I don't think you followed.
I don't know. I can't really tell.
The account was created like a week ago.
Yeah.
I don't think true.
This is a classic T-shirt that I wear all the time. I can't even tell what that emoji is, but I can't like see it from here. Just like a laugh one.
The Panthers still don't have their picking, so a trade is still possible.
A minute 15, yeah.
Trade is possible. Haven't seen anything yet, though.
This would be insane if the Patriots traded up, and I don't even like. What's weird is I've spent a lot. We spent a lot of time.
If they traded up and took Jones, how pissed would you be?
I would just break my computer. I would break the computer, just go up to my room.
That would.
We spent a lot of time talking about the draft, and the one thing I just haven't spent a lot of time about is like, what do I actually want the Patriots to do? I haven't put too much time into that. Like,
yeah. Because mine's easy. I mean, I know we're taking a corner, so it's not like hard for me.
Yeah.
And like I want a corner, so like it's not even an issue.
Pick is in for the Panthers, so I'm assuming that there's no trade.
I haven't.
I would assume
nothing on Twitter, so I'd assume no. There's usually someone will tweet something about it.
Wow. So who are they gonna go with at 8 then?
I think they might go. I think they might go quarterback. Honestly.
I think so too.
I think they will.
These days, you have to keep everything moving.
I actually think that's like a good. As good as it sounds, that's probably the best value pick because even if you don't want, let's just say Justin Fields, you could probably trade him for like. I don't think his value instantly diminishes. I mean, maybe you could say that about everybody else too, but I just think that's. I don't know. If it's Fields, I'd be kind of sad.
Someone tweeted Sam Darnold is their 2021 starter. So I don't know what that means, but it means that he's at least starting for this season.
Well, it means that if that has to be specified, that means my quarterback might go.
I think a quarterback might go too. I still haven't seen anything, but
that's surprising. That is honestly kind of surprising. I thought that 8 was a pick that was probably going to get traded. I thought it was more likely the Panthers trade than the Broncos. That might not happen. If the Broncos pick, that would be crazy too, because that basically means that there's that all the picks or all the trades we thought we were gonna see just aren't gonna be seen.
Yeah.
Scratch that. 5 years.
All right, sounds good, Zoe guy. Hossie, I don't know. I don't know that I love picking quarterback because I like Darnold, but I just don't know who else. They may go JC Horn at 8. But it's either a quarterback or Horn. I don't see them picking. I mean, they're not going to go over Sean Slater at 8. I don't think.
Okay.
Did you get it spoiled?
I did get a little spoiled.
Wow, so it's going to be something surprising then. I don't want to check. I actually want to see this live.
I didn't. I was just trying to see if there was something, and then I saw something that I probably shouldn't have seen.
Was it? Who was it from?
It wasn't who they took. It was who was still available. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
So assuming that was right, I'm gonna assume that what they said is true. So
You'll have to clarify what that even means after this, because I don't.
yeah, because
Exactly.
I don't know who they're taking. I just know that they didn't take. I just know who they didn't take. I'll say that.
With the 8th pick, the 2021 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select J.C. Horn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Horn goes at 8.
Please don't tell me Mr. Terrence gonna go at 9.
Wow.
The tweet I saw was that Mac Jones and Justin Fields are still available. That's what I saw.
Okay.
So I just knew they weren't going quarterback, but dude, they better not. The Broncos better not go.
That's actually insane. I don't know how I feel about JC Horn at 8. I think I don't know. I mean, I guess you weren't going to trade back and get Horn. Probably not. But this to me means that if the Panthers aren't going to trade back, if they want to take Horn at 8, to me it makes me think that Surtain's going to go here at 9. Maybe this is a pick that gets traded, though. If this gets traded, that means that literally
Take a quarterback or
every
something,
single
man.
mock draft basically had Surtain or Horn going 10 to the Cowboys. Literally
Yeah.
every single one.
No, I'm not surprised they took him at 8. Like I'm definitely not surprised the Panthers took him, but I just wish they didn't take him. Because now, I mean,
I'm a little bit surprised. I'm not like shocked, but I just thought that was a pick that was going to get traded. I didn't think a corner was going to go 8. So the answer to first defensive player taken off the board though is Horn.
yeah.
Wow.
Please tell me Surtain's gonna be there at 10, bro. Like honestly, if Surtain gets taken here, I don't know what to do. I think
He
we
might
just
trade back. Yeah.
I think the Patriots would probably trade up.
Listen,
Well, I don't even know if they would, because they don't even have to.
If Surtain gets taken at 9, I would not be mad as the Cowboys. If you could just trade back, let's say you trade back from 10 to around 15. You could maybe even trade back from 15 to like 23 and take. If you could get Farley at like 23, I wouldn't be mad at that.
I don't even know.
It's a big risk.
I wouldn't even know what to take. We need secondary, and there's just no secondary behind. Again, Farley's a question mark, so I just don't know. There's no guaranteed. I know those guys aren't guaranteed. There's no guaranteed guy though besides Horn and Surtain in the secondary.
Yeah, those are the most surefire.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, I'm not mad at Farley, but because I know if he's healthy, he's probably better than both of them. But man, please just let this pick get traded or something happen, man. Or just take a quarterback, take someone, man. Just don't take. Don't take Surtain. Please don't take Surtain.
I would be surprised if we went the whole first 9 picks with no trade.
No, it would definitely be surprising.
Yes, sir. Buy one, get one for $1. Your way. Way better.
All right, guys, no insurance talk on beach day.
I'm down.
Yes, please.
Don't get me wrong, I love my RV, but insuring it is such a hassle.
Same with my boat. The insurance bills are through the roof.
Be cool. I wish I could group my insurance stuff. The house, the car, the RV.
Like a cluster. An insurance cluster.
Yeah, I doubt that exists.
I don't want to save you money.
I mean, I want to look at Twitter to see if someone's gonna say something, but I
haven't seen. I was on my phone. I didn't get any notifications.
I know. I also don't want to look in case I see something, but I mean, this makes sense. Hey, if Justin Fields is here. You know, that's a top 3 talent that's here at 9.
Yeah.
It's definitely it's a hard pass if you're the Broncos. Honestly, I really think. I know you just traded for Bridgewater, but it's not like that matters. He's obviously not going to be there, so
Yeah. When you give up a 6th rounder.
yeah, it's nothing. So I mean, that's not going to stop them from taking a quarterback if they want a quarterback. But for Fields to be here at 9, it's just a tough pass, honestly.
Yeah.
I think you trade back, or you just take him. I mean, I really don't see how you don't do either one of those options.
Wow, so Horn goes at 8 to the Panthers. The Broncos have 2 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock.
Let's play. Learn more at playfootball.com.
What's up, Justin? It's Baker.
When they're down and skeptics, Justin Fields has been able to rise up.
Seems like you always find a way. That's what's going to allow you to quit.
All right, Baker. You're bad.
I can't wait to see what you do.
My roommate thinks like Baker's like top 10. It's not true.
No.
I mean, like
Top
maybe he's
15.
top 10 like this year, but last year he definitely wasn't. If he was a top 10 quarterback last year, there's no way they lose that game to the Chiefs. Like that was set up for them to win.
Yeah.
I mean, Mahomes gets injured in the third. It's set up for them to win. Mel's best available: Devontae Smith, Slater, Fields, Vera Tucker, Parsons.
Pick's still not in. Could be a trade. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a trade. I wonder what the what is it what the Lions got, what the Panthers got for a trade. You know what the Falcons got. I just wonder what those trades. You know what was offered.
Thank you for the follow, Ashley. Very much appreciated.
Yeah, I just wonder what they got. Please, like, get a phone call right now.
Wow. It doesn't look like Fields is going 9 then.
Again, they still haven't picked. I mean, this could definitely be a trade.
I think they're looking to trade. I think they're going to trade. I think they're probably confirming it or something. And it's probably the Patriots. I mean, again, what other team would move up to 9? Unless it's the Saints. But again, that's a lot. Raiders at 17. You never know. I mean,
Maybe.
that's,
Oh my God.
wow. The pick
No.
is I think they looked for a trade and they didn't find one and they took what they thought is best player available. I think there's a chance that it's Surtain. Could they take an offensive lineman?
I'm not going to check too. I don't think they need offensive line.
I don't really think they do either,
I
but
don't think they need one. I mean, hopefully they take one, but I don't think they need one. Dude, come on.
I just checked my phone, not even thinking about spoilers, but I didn't get spoiled, so.
Yeah, I was going to check Twitter, but I'm not going to.
Who do you think it is? Do you think it's Surtain?
I don't know. If they were looking to trade out of that so much, I think they're not going quarterback. Because if you wanted Fields, then you wouldn't be looking to trade out. Because then whoever you're going to trade with was going to take Fields. So I think they're going Surtain.
I'd imagine Surtain as well, but
You gotta be fucking kidding me, bro.
Cowboys are got 8:40 on the clock. Wow. I genuinely think except for like the first couple picks, I think Surtain to the Cowboys was like the most just like not really discussed about pick because I think everybody thought Surtain was
It was
going
either
to
him or
Cowboys
Horn.
10.
Like,
Yeah.
it was gonna be, if it wasn't Surtain, it was Horn.
I think everybody thought that at least one of those guys would be available at 10.
Just be Fields. Be Fields.
Don't be Fields.
Be someone else. No.
Denver Broncos select Pat Surtain,
Wow.
defensive
They need what that bad? Wow. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Who do you think they go with now at 10?
I don't know. I think they're looking to trade back. I mean, there's just no one there. You gotta be fucking kidding me, bro. There's just no one there at 10. Like, I wouldn't even know who to take if you trade down. I don't even know who to take. There's just no one. Dude, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I gotta like look at the prospects because I honestly have no clue. Like we could take Parsons or something, but we could always take Farley, but it's just like
Farley at 10 just seems like a reach right now.
yeah, you could just trade down and take him. But like, dude, you gotta be kidding me. Bro, like he gets a phone call.
That'd be so funny.
Like what? This hasn't happened. This is like in all the years I've watched the draft, I've never had our guy taken like that.
Is he just sitting by himself?
His family's probably like in front.
Yeah, I don't know.
Man, that just hasn't happened. I'm pissed. Pissed, man.
Oh.
Yeah, likely to trade out. It's unsurprising. I'm not surprised. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Makes sense. It's just like,
All right. Who trades up to 10 though? And
I
if
think the
they're likely to
Patriots
trade at
do.
10, they got 4 minutes 30 seconds. This is a situation that I actually like the Patriots in because
I think they trade the Patriots. I think it makes the most sense.
and this is good because the Dallas has no leverage. Like if you the guys you wanted basically the whole draft process.
Yeah,
Hornets or
you're
10
still
are
getting
gone.
you're still getting something though.
You're getting something.
because you know if it is the patch, whatever team it is, you know they're taking a quarterback, so you're getting something. 'Cause you know that they need a quarterback.
Yeah, I just don't think it'll be a lot. Like I don't think
I
it's
don't
gonna
think it would be as much as it could have been. Like obviously Surtain is there, we're taking Surtain, but
trade alert. Trade alert.
okay.
An NFL talent evaluator.
To who?
You were the most humble,
Wow, to the Eagles.
So they're taking Smith.
You'd assume so. You'd assume they're just
So
gonna
the
leave the
Giants
Giants
don't get
kill
him.
Smith.
Yeah. All right, I'm fine with that. Just move 2 picks. I don't care about that.
Wait. Why does it say they have 10 and 12?
Yeah, no, I don't think it's updated. I mean, obviously, we have the 12th pick.
You'd assume so.
For its first and third round pick. All right, we got a third round pick out
That's
of it.
I like that. I like that
because we already have our third round pick, we have their third round pick, and we have a compensatory pick in the third round.
I like that. I mean,
I love that. I'm fine with that. We could find a corner in the third or something. I'm fine with that.
I mean, even you could even argue like, even if Surtain's there, you could have done that trade. I don't know if the Giants.
No, I think Philly would have. I think there was a possibility Philly could have taken.
Surtain?
Yeah, I think there was a possibility of that.
I mean, well, if you're doing the trade though, you're assuming you're probably talking to the Eagles. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't happen if Surtain's still there at 10 because the Eagles would want to take him. But
Yeah, I think the Eagles would definitely. I think they would take him if Surtain was there at 10. and the Eagles wanted that 10th pick, they're taking Surtain. But dude, man, you just gotta be kidding.
Now the question is, where do they go from 12 though? Because they could trade down from 12 too.
Yeah, they could just keep trading down. I mean, I honestly would not be surprised.
At 12 though, I think it's either.
Well, now what do
trade
the
down-
Giants do at 11?
I think they go offensive line. If Smith goes here,
Yeah, they'll
it
probably
looks
go
like Smith's
Slater,
gonna go.
Yeah, Smith's definitely going.
I think they could take Slater. They could take Vera Tucker. I think they take Vera Tucker. I think Vera Tucker goes at 11.
I think Slater. I think Slater's better, but
I think Slater's better, but Vera Tucker has more flexibility. He could play guard. I don't know that Slater. Slater seems more. He's like more of a tackle.
dude,
If the Giants don't exactly know where they need him to be, but they need him somewhere, I think Vera Tucker's the play.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm curious to see though where the Cowboys go at 12. I mean, I think they either trade down. They might take Parsons. I don't think they're going to take Farley at 12. Still, I still think that's a little bit of a
I
reach.
still think we could take Micah Parsons.
I don't know that I love Parsons to the Cowboys. I mean, I don't know that you need him. I mean, I guess Sean Lee retired, but I mean that he didn't really.
Well, the thing, I mean, it's just like there's just no secondary guy. The only guy is Farley, but I just don't think that Farley is I don't think taking 12.
Yeah, I wouldn't love Farley
I
at
think
12. I just think
if we're gonna pick at 12, I think it's Parsons. And I won't be mad at it because it's honestly the only option we probably have, but unless we trade back down from 12 to somewhere else, and get like Farley at like 20 or something, you know.
I think Farley at 20. So I would like Farley.
Yeah,
at
I
20.
think Farley at 20 is fine. Like if we wanted to trade down back then, like the 18 I don't mind taking Farley, but other than that, I think we have to take Parsons. I think it's just like best. I think it's just best player on the board at that point. I mean,
Yeah.
it's the 84th overall pick, by the way. So it's basically end of the third round.
All right, get this pick in. It's gonna be Smith. I'd be shocked if it wasn't.
Yeah, it's gonna be Smith. 100%.
I'm fine. I feel confident enough to go on my phone. What is with this like random couch?
Yeah, it's like they get a fan. I don't know. They get a fan to sit there or something. I don't know. I mean, Patriots might just get field to 15.
I would literally. I don't even. That would be. I would be like. I can feel my excitement thinking about that.
For a second, I thought you said we were picking. I was like, what? It's gonna be Smith.
I'd assume so.
Almost has to be.
Yeah. Yep. That's so funny because the Eagles have had so many wide receiver draft busts, and I don't think Devontae Smith is going to be a bust, but if you told me one out of the first three receivers taken are going to bust, I mean, I'm taking Smith.
Yeah, I'm taking
Like,
Smith.
Mac Jones.
Yeah, someone's gonna trade up. I wouldn't mind Patriots trading up to Dallas, so they would get more picks. But it's kind of a selfish move right there.
I mean, I'd be fine with that too, just because if you're the Patriots trading up from 15 to 12, I mean, you're guaranteeing the fact that nobody else is going to leap you to go to Dallas. Which at this point, if you're at 12, the Raiders could leap. There's teams that
more
could leap.
Now there's more teams that could possibly go
Yeah.
up. Because again, Chargers aren't going to take one. Dallas isn't going to take one. Giants won't take one.
Vikings
most likely are not going to take one. So a team is going to trade up. With Fields still on the board, I'd be surprised if a team doesn't trade up. Because the next 4 teams aren't taking a quarterback.
It's just, is there any team that's going to give the Patriots competition?
If
there aren't teams that want to trade up, though?
Chargers are trading. Chicago is trading up from 20 to 11. They may take Fields.
They're going to take a quarterback.
And they're taking Fields, definitely.
If we don't take a quarterback in the first round, I want the Patriots to take 2 quarterbacks. I still kind of want them to take 2 regardless, but I like the 2 quarterback strategy. What the Washington football team did back in, and that was a little bit different, but wow, so they're trading up from 20 to 11.
I wonder what they got. Definitely got multiple picks.
I think if you're the Giants, I like this pick for the Giants. I like the trade down for the Giants. I mean, who are you going to take it for the Giants here?
There's no wide receiver. There's no corner. Why? You can always get an offensive lineman. So yeah, I like the trade too. I like that trade.
Now 7 Alabama wide receivers taken in the first round since 2011. Monte, what are you most proud of in your journey to get to this moment?
Just that all my hard work is paying off. I mean, being around those guys that I played with, I mean, they taught me a lot.
Bro, if the Bears take Mac Jones, that would be so funny.
I really hope they do. I'm not going to look at my phone until...
Yeah, you don't look at yours. I'll look at mine. I won't say anything, but I kind of want to know. I mean, they almost have to take Fields. If you're trading up from 20 to 11 not to take Fields, all right, the return is next year's 1,
Wow.
a 5 this year, and a 4 next year. Wow. So a 1...
It has to be a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it is. Yeah. So 1 next year, 5 this year, 4 next year.
I don't know. I don't want... If the Patriots take Mac Jones, even if it's at 15, I'm going to be sad. Because I still think Mac Jones can be a good quarterback, but I think his ceiling is like a slightly more athletic Matt Ryan. So I don't know. I want my quarterback to have the ceiling to be like an elite quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be... Now the question is, who are the Patriots? I mean, the Patriots, if they don't take a quarterback day 1, I don't really know who I want them to take day 2. If the Patriots somehow went this whole draft and didn't take a quarterback...
They're definitely taking one. Unless Fields gets taken before, which I mean, a team would have to trade up again, but... Oh, that's Fields.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fields getting taken.
Where'd they all go?
Yeah, that was like left. Definitely, yeah.
God damn. I disagree.
I think he fits in New England.
Yeah, but only because
I think the talent's better with Fields, but I think he fits in New England.
I mean, I think McDaniels wants a guy that's more mobile, though. I just think people think that because, he looks like he's a guy that could replace Tom Brady. He's not what Cam Newton is, but when they signed Cam Newton, they're clearly making the statement that they want a mobile quarterback. I think McDaniels wants it. McDaniels was the guy that drafted Tebow. I think McDaniels wants a mobile guy. And I'm not saying Mac Jones isn't mobile, but he's definitely not as mobile as Justin Fields.
I think Mac Jones could work an offense like Baker Mayfield could.
Who?
Like a Baker could. Baker does. Play action. Don't make crazy throws.
Yeah.
Like just do what needs to be done, and when you need to do something, he sometimes can do it, but other times he can't. And he's somewhat mobile. Like Baker is somewhat athletic. Like he doesn't run, but I'm saying if he had to, he could run. I think Jones is like that, probably a little bit more athletic. I think that's a pretty good comparison between the two. Not asking him to do everything, but asking him to do just enough. And have the rest of your team win the game. Which is, I mean, I know obviously I'm not comparing him to Brady, but I mean, that is what they asked Brady to do. Was to basically game manage, and then when he had to take over, he could take over, and Jones would have to develop that. But
I just don't think Jones is going to develop it.
I don't know if he would either, but he at least has the possibility of developing it. You know he can manage a game. I think that's one good thing that you do know.
I don't want a game manager. Game managers don't win Super Bowls. Like we just haven't ever seen it. Like I don't count Brady in that. Like Brady's just an exception. Like he wasn't even really. He's a game manager, but he wasn't. I mean.
By focusing on the critical issues of mental health, food insecurity, health disparities, and the digital divide. Throughout the pandemic, health disparities widened in communities of color, indigenous communities, and for older and rural Americans. We're joining forces with the CDC.
All right, I don't care. Like.
To meet the basic needs
There's always one pick that's
safety and
like
health.
that.
Like no offense, like I haven't listened to any of it, so but I just want to hear the pick.
Development Corporation in Chicago. His dream of creating a federally qualified health center
Well, we both something happened to both of us.
neighborhood
Yeah,
At least I wasn't alone.
with support from the Chicago Bears
I mean, assuming this is Fields, it definitely is.
22.
The fact that the Bears took him makes me feel worse about Fields though as a player. Like I don't know if he's gonna pan out.
Yeah.
I don't think the Bears are like I don't know. Maybe they are historically.
Well, look, I
good
mean, they're having a
organizations.
whole new coaching staff for an office for next year because I mean, obviously they're not going to stay. So
2021 NFL Draft, the My Chicago Bears select Justin Fields, quarterback, Ohio State.
This is a founding franchise in the National Football League. In 1920, as the Decatur Staleys, they have waited that long for a great quarterback in Chicago. Will it be Justin Fields? He never lost a game in the Big Ten. He threw 63 touchdowns and ran for 15 more in his 2 years at Ohio State after transferring from Georgia. Threw 6 against Clemson in the playoff in January. When the Big Ten initially shut down for the 2020 season, he organized an online petition that got over 320,000 signatures.
let's see if the Cowboys are picking. I don't know if they are. Though.
Released for his draft.
My gut tells me they pick here, but I think they should trade out.
I think they should trade down. But if they're picking, I just take Parsons. I don't know. There's no one else to take. Like we don't need offense. Don't take an offensive lineman. Please don't do that.
High school, goes to Georgia, then he leaves there. Big prom, you go to over to Ohio State, got all that pressure, and you respond to that.
Yeah, I don't like an offensive lineman here.
Like it makes sense because the offensive line is old, but just don't do it.
Just get an offensive lineman in the second or third.
Yeah, you don't need one. He's not.
You don't need to spend
He's
your
not
top.
even. He won't even start. I mean, he obviously would, but like, it's not like he needs to start. So. Just take Parsons. They have a really good linebacker group. The thing is, we honestly don't even need. I mean, I know Keanu Neal's a 1-year contract, but he's basically playing linebacker. So I don't know.
So the Patriots were not willing to give up next year's first to take Fields, basically. That's basically what it came down to.
Well, I don't know how much they would have had. I mean, they're not going from 20 to 11. They're going from 15 to 11.
But that's what I'm. Well, I'm just
I think
saying.
they definitely. I mean, I wonder if the Giants were probably stuck on first round pick next year, and the Patriots just probably were willing to give it a second.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what
Okay.
They weren't willing to give up first
Yeah.
to take Fields. Next year's first, that is.
Yeah. Yeah, but the Bears front office doesn't care. I mean, like I said, they're gonna all get fired unless they go 11-6 this year or whatever. You know, they're gonna get fired. So
Yeah, I mean, they need this pick. Like, they needed to make a pretty big splash, and they needed to work out for them to keep their jobs.
I'd almost still be surprised if they have their jobs though.
I don't think Nagy's like horrible.
Yeah, I mean, clearly he okayed this, so this is his guy. Unlike Trubisky really wasn't his guy, so. We're picking.
Speed Parsons. I mean, I think there's a genuine chance they can go corner here.
I think they could. I just don't. I wouldn't like it. I think you could easily trade back and get a corner. You could get Farley at 18 if you want to.
The question is, I don't know if they found anything worth trading down for.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not. But
I think if they took Farley, I would personally like the pick, but I there's no denying it's still a reach at 12, regardless.
oh yeah, Schefter just tweeted like Andy Dalton went to Chicago to be the starter, and they named him the starter. I mean, he still may be the starter, but
Yeah.
he definitely won't be for the whole season. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna look at nothing.
So I think my guess is probably Parsons here. I think Slater goes to 13.
Yeah,
For the Chargers.
Slater's definitely. Assuming we don't take Slater, he's definitely going 13, 100%.
Yeah, if the Cowboys took, I would be really surprised if they took offensive line.
Yeah, again, it does make sense, but it also doesn't at the same time.
They could use offensive line. I just don't think it's
Yeah,
urgent enough to
that's-
take it at pick 12.
Yeah, like it makes sense to have an offensive line, but not at 12. At 12, you need a defense guy. And I wish it was a corner, man. It's gonna be a defensive pick.
They don't. I'd be surprised if they took like an edge rusher, like a Quiddy Pay at 12.
No, you could have traded back and get him.
I don't know. I mean, I think he might go 14.
He definitely could go 14, but
I just don't see taking like I just wouldn't take Quiddy Pay if Parsons is here at 12. What is this?
I don't know. I don't like this.
She's gonna. Oh wait, is she? Wait, I can't tell who's announcing the pick.
Just happy.
Through Draft-a-thon, we're partnering with Mental Health America.
I think she's gonna say. She might say Rashawn Slater. I don't know.
She wouldn't be that old. I don't think she knows who Rashawn Slater is.
Struggled with anxiety and depression after returning from Iraq. She turned her struggle into triumph and is now a licensed social worker.
Please don't take Slater. Please don't take Slater.
With the 12th pick. The
Do you
Dallas
know?
Cowboys select. I don't. I'll see. I'll. No, I don't see anything.
Okay. Here we go. Oh my god. Okay, please pick the pick. Say the pick. Alright.
Hey, look at him. He's like, so.
Alright, I can't be mad at it. Just not.
I think
not
it's
what
tough to
want.
be mad at it.
I can't. No, I can't. But see, like, if he doesn't have the character issues, he's. I mean,
Off
Yeah,
pure
if
talent, I
he's-
think he's a top.
he's a top 5 talent.
Yeah.
So I can't be mad at that.
You were able to pick up a third, moving back down from 10 to 12. There's a chance
Yeah.
he turns out to be a better pick than Sertan and Horn.
Yeah,
I just don't.
it's
Positionally, I just don't.
Yeah, positionally, that was a need, and this wasn't. But again, talent-wise, best player available-wise, I mean, he's the pick. But
Yeah.
he just needs to be a stud. I mean, that's honestly that's what needs to happen. He needs to be a top 5 guy at his position.
Yeah.
That's the only way that I'll honestly be happy with the pick. Like, he can't be like good but not great. He has to be great.
Yeah.
Like Jalen Smith he's good. He's not great though. Same with Layton. Layton. He's good but not great.
Yeah, I would agree.
What's the biggest problem the Cowboys have had is not being able to keep Leighton Vander Esch on the field. Leighton Vander Esch came out of Boise State. Vander Esch was everywhere making plays. He was really the heart and soul of that.
Schefter said we were interested in taking Parsons at 10. That, I mean, obviously that wouldn't have happened if Surtain was on the board, but
Second line defense. Running at 4.39, 40, and 246 pounds. I said it earlier when we started the draft today that had he been able to go out there in 2020 and play the level of 2019, he would have been long gone.
Ian Rappaport said at this point, I'd expect the Cowboys to decline the 5th-year option for Leighton Vander Esch.
did it climb?
Yeah. That's what Rappaport said. I don't know. So this would be a contract year for him.
Well, yeah, he's been injured, so I mean, you know, it's not. Damn, they knew this pick 5 minutes ago. Again, I'm not mad. Not mad at it. It just needs to be really good.
I mean, yeah, if you could take Parsons and he becomes a top 5 guy at his position, and then you can get. I mean, I'm not sure you're going to get like a starting corner in the 3rd round, but if you could, I mean,
Yeah.
How would you explain what this moment is like for you and for your parents?
This moment's so big. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, my parents was a Cowboys fan, and all last year I said I was going to Dallas. Like, if God's not real, I don't know what is. Like, this is so unreal. It's crazy.
This moment is a dream for every kid who loves the NFL out there. So how would you tell them you feel in this moment walking out here and hugging the commissioner?
No matter what you go through, these trials and tribulations, Lord knows I done went through it all. Keep your head up high, keep working, keep striving, and believe in God. And everything's going to come true. God's the key. Keep faith. And, you know, just keep going, man. Shout out to the city, man, Harrisburg, PA. I hope all you guys come here one day, man.
Way to go, Micah.
Thank you, man.
Micah Parsons on his way to Dallas. The question is, where will Mac Jones go? When our night began, there was a 1% chance he could still be available at 15. There is now a 70% chance he will still be available.
I don't. That stat's dumb.
What?
A 1. He said that there's a 1% chance Jones would still be available at 15 before the night started. But I mean, if he wasn't going to go at 3 to the Niners, he was going to fall.
Yeah.
And
And
none
with
of
the
these other
Panthers
teams
not
were gonna
taking
take him.
and Broncos not taking, it was. I guess that's what he was talking about. It was dumb.
I mean, yeah, I don't want Jones at 15. I don't. I would. I mean, if a Parsons was available at 15, I would have preferred that.
New handcrafted quesadilla. It's
I don't know who they take at 15 though. They may trade down. I mean, there's been so much talk about the Patriots trading up, but there's a possibility they trade down.
Yeah.
It's what Belichick loves to do. I never really bought the trading up stuff too much. Like, I never thought it was a guarantee. Like, there are people saying that, like, it's almost like a guarantee. And the Patriots really kind of never really do what people expect them to do. They could trade down. At 15, who would they take? There's no wide receiver for them at 15. Defensively, I don't want a corner. There's no safeties here at 15. I don't like the edge rushers. I don't want Kwity Paye. I don't really want an edge rusher at 15. I don't want Mac Jones at 15.
Well, yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, look,
I would not hate trading down, but I don't think you're in that much value if you trade down at this point because
it's like what team is going to trade up for Jones? I don't know a team that is going to do that. So, unless Washington does, but why would they? They're 19. If you don't take them, they're probably getting them. So, again, that's depending on if they actually do want them. But, I mean, we know this is Slater. It's probably Kwity Paye at 14. Possibly Farley, but probably not. Menu. So, if it's not Jones, let's say it's Slater, Paye, who are you taking at 15?
I'm not taking an offensive lineman. I'd have to take Kwity Paye. I mean, our offensive lineman.
No, I'm saying if Paye goes 14.
Oh.
Let's say they don't trade down. Kwity Paye's off the board. Assuming it doesn't look like you want to take Jones, so who would you take at 15?
I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know too much about. I don't know enough about the edge rushers to.
It's a light edge rusher draft. The next best one's probably Raquan Phillips.
Yeah, probably.
And he's probably 20 plus, so he's on. That's a reach at 15, honestly.
Yeah, I would trade down. I mean, I would definitely trade down at 15 if you're telling me Paye goes at 14 and Slater's at 13. I don't know. I don't know. If Jones is the guy at 15, though, I'm not exactly sure how to react because I'm not going to like the pick right now, but I'm going to eventually have to learn to just wrap my arms around him and embrace that he's the quarterback of the future, at least for the next couple years.
Yeah.
So I think there's a legitimate chance they take Jones at 15. They could take a wide receiver. I don't know that I love a wide receiver at 15 though. I would have loved I don't love, but I would have taken like a Smith or a Waddle at 15, definitely, but
What pick were we? 12?
13.
No, I was in the Cowboys.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this is obviously Slater. I mean, it's not even a question. Yeah. Who's that?
I think it's very tough.
Oh, very tough. I think he goes to Arizona. I think Arizona's a good fit for him.
That would make sense, definitely. I'd assume they take Rashawn Slater here.
Yeah, I think they do too.
I think that's a good pick at 13. I think that's kind of where he was going to go. It's a boring pick if you're a Chargers fan, but I mean, I don't know. It's the pick you kind of.
I texted my uncle, and he was like, "Parsons is nasty, and we need assholes." I mean, he's right, but it's like, dude, I don't know. He just has to be a stud. Like that's the only way. Like I'll feel confident with the pick if he's a stud.
Yeah, he definitely can't afford to be. Yeah, if you're taking him at 12, he just.
And again, he has the talent to do it. He's not like someone like like a middle of the pack. Like he's like without the characteristics, he's top 5. So I mean, obviously the quarterbacks, but discounting quarterbacks, he's top 5.
In the 2021 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Chargers select
Rashawn Slater.
Yeah. All right. I'm assuming Kwity Paye. And it's new.
since he has been the head coach at Northwestern, and so a great moment of pride for him. Maybe another one coming tonight, but let's now take a close look at this young star, Rashawn Slater. The question's going to be, does he have the length? He's 6'4", he's 304.
There are a few people that like Slater more than Sewell. I don't know if Slater's going to be a better player, but
Yeah. I think Sewell's probably is the higher upside, but
I mean, if you're asking me, would I rather take Sewell at 7 or Slater at 13? I mean, part of me thinks Slater at 13 might be a better value.
yeah. And again, this is where everyone had Slater going here. This is one of the more discounting the quarterbacks at the top. This is one of the probably Surtain to Dallas or Horn, either one, which obviously didn't happen, and then Smith to Philly. I think that was kind of guaranteed. I mean, not guaranteed, but I think that was basically guaranteed. And then this was just about guaranteed too. So yeah.
Yo, what's up, Josh? Josh, you get MLB The Show?
I got MLB The Show.
You did?
Yeah.
How is it? It's literally been like all over my For You page.
Yeah, right? Same.
Everybody's like, oh, MLB The Show's better than 2K. I mean, they're right.
They're right. I mean, someone who's played 2K for like 10 years, 15 years, 100%.
Yeah. I started playing the show in like 15. I started playing 2K in like 11.
Yeah,
I definitely think the show is a better game.
Yeah, the show 100%. This year's game is a lot better than the last.
Is the show not out on PC?
No.
Oh, okay.
Vikings could be trading out of 14.
That wouldn't surprise me. That wouldn't
surprise me either.
Shock me.
I feel like Kwity Paye's. I like him here, but depending on what team comes in, I don't know what team would come in at 14.
I think there's.
Would it be for a quarterback? I don't know if it would.
I don't know that it would either.
Because Jones. I mean, the Jets.
Trade alert. Jets. Okay, this is probably offensive line.
It's not a quarterback.
This is probably Vera Tucker. That's my bet. I think it's Vera Tucker.
So Jets are trading their 23rd overall pick that they got from Seattle and Jamal Adams traded to 14. People had Najee Harris going to them at 23, so that's obviously not going to happen at 14. Yeah, I would probably say Vera Tucker, right?
Yeah.
14. And what does Arizona do? I guess Arizona takes Kwity Paye probably. Him and Joe. They
might. I don't know. It depends what the Jets do here, but I would like Vera Tucker as the Jets. If I was a Jets fan, I would love that. I mean, if Wilson's your guy, you get Wilson at 2, and then you get Vera Tucker at 14. You already have Becton.
Yeah, Becton on left side. He's gonna be your left tackle the next 10 years. So
Vera Tucker probably is your left guard. You could also have him play your tackle though.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I like if they take Vera Tucker. I really like that pick.
I don't know how much they gave up to get from 23 to 14, but
yeah. But again, that's not even their. I know like they'd have to give something else up, and it'd probably be like a third. I would assume. But
what do you mean? I mean, to go from 23 to 14, they're gonna have to give up a lot. Like that's probably like maybe a second in this year's, a second in next year's, a second in
change.
But
it's. I don't know exactly what it would be, but it seemed like the Vikings were comfortable trading out, and it seemed like it's obviously not going to be for a quarterback, so I don't know exactly how much they'd get back. But again, this first round pick wasn't even their first round pick, so it's not like that exactly matters either.
Yeah.
I think it'll probably be 2 picks, maybe a second round and probably maybe like a 5th, but I think it's probably a 3rd and like
maybe 2/3, maybe this year's 3rd, next year's 3rd, maybe this year's 2nd.
Possibly.
Next year, I don't know.
I think a 3rd and like a 4th, 3rd and 5th. I don't know.
Mr. Breeze, I'm just so humbled to be chosen. You know, everyone knows what I can do on the field, but nobody's seen what I can do off the field just yet.
So what community will you go help out first?
Now, since I have the lowest home team backing me, I gotta start with the folks back in my home state of Georgia, so I'm excited.
Welcome to the home team.
Ready?
Most overrated quarterback of all time, Drew Brees, ladies and gentlemen.
Aaron Rodgers? Oh. Wait, so.
No. I mean, we haven't talked about the Rodgers thing, really.
We haven't, no. I guess we'll just do it right now.
I mean, there's not like too much to say about it other than, I mean, yeah, Rodgers wants out, maybe, potentially, probably, but
Definitely. I would say definitely.
are they gonna trade him? I don't think so. I don't think it means much. Rodgers isn't gonna hold out. I just think he'll be a little bit upset and disgruntled, but I don't think the Packers are gonna trade him. They're not ready for Love to start yet. Clearly.
Yeah. And that pick last year is still a crazy pick. Obviously, the year Rodgers had this year winning MVP, but like in your obviously you wouldn't think that, but he still had 4 years on his contract left. It just didn't make any sense. Like it honestly just did not make sense. You just made the NFC Championship game. You got blown out by the Niners. So you easily could have taken someone defensively like Patrick Queen, or you could have taken someone offensively like a receiver. And you did neither. You took a position where you don't need for 4 years.
You took the one position you like literally the
only position that you couldn't take. They took. Yeah. Like if you think about it. So.
And then releasing this news on draft day, there's got to be some reason. I don't know if they wanted to mask it.
I know the Jets took, by the way.
You can just tell me, I guess. Actually, I guess I'll just look. I don't know. Oh, I don't see.
They traded 23, 66, and 86 for 14.
So they gave up a second and a third.
And yeah, for 14 and 143. So they got what is that? Fifth, fourth?
That's a fifth. That's a fifth.
All right.
So they gave up a second and a third to get a fifth.
Yeah, they took Vera Tucker, by the way.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
And I think it's a really good pick.
Do I think Tom Brady overrated or no? I think Tom Brady is low. I think he's the luckiest of all time. I think he's garbage. No, I don't. I don't know. What kind of question is that? It's tough to be overrated when you're the greatest of all time. I don't know. I think... I don't know. I think Tom Brady's tangibles, like his arm strength and his athleticism, are underrated. I think people will say he's unathletic when... I mean, yeah, he's slow, but he still has... I mean, especially in his prime, he had a... There were a lot of years where he probably had the best arm in the league. And he doesn't have the type of arm like Aaron Rodgers where he's going to kind of like throw it on the run, to Jared Cook, that throw. But, I mean, Brady can throw bullets and he can fit it into tight windows better than basically anybody.
Yeah.
His arm's not as strong anymore, but his arm is he still has a top 10 arm in the league. I think at least. Everybody knows about Tom Brady's intangibles, like leadership and all that, though. I think you could argue that may be overrated. I don't know. I think it's probably properly rated, though. So we already knew we knew they were taking
Tucker. Yeah. So it's the Patriots up. What were the Patriots doing?
Well, this is what I've been waiting for, I guess. I
don't think any of them know who Elijah Tucker is.
Look at him, he's like, okay.
He's like, yeah, okay.
Whoa. Get off the phone, Mac Jones. Oh my God, you've got to be kidding me.
True.
No. For people who can't see it, Mac Jones was just on the phone. They just panned over to Jones. He's on the phone. The Patriots are on the clock right now.
I just got a Twitter notification.
Don't spoil it.
It wasn't anything.
I don't like this. I don't feel good about this. If it's Jones, I'll have to learn to like it, and I will learn to like it, but I don't like it right now. It seems like it's Jones. I mean, who else would he be talking to? Have to be Mac Jones.
Yeah, it's Jones. They're definitely taking.
Now, getting Mac Jones at 15, I think that's about where he probably should go. So it is. I don't think it's necessarily a reach. if you told me Jones was going to be here at 15 before the draft, I would have told you I don't think so because I thought he was going to go at 3 to the Niners. Saban must like Jones more than Tua. That would be. I think Belichick talked to Saban and he was like, yeah, obviously they talked about Jones, but how much does Saban like Jones? I think Saban must have had to tell Belichick, I liked Jones more than I liked Tua.
Yeah.
Wow. And this must mean that the Patriots like Jones more than Fields because, yeah, you had to give up a first to get Fields, but if you liked Fields more than Jones by more than just a little bit, you'd be willing to give up that first for your franchise guy, right? So
Yeah.
The New England Patriots have had one of the more unusual off seasons by their standards.
Yeah.
Imagine there is Bill Belichick.
I'm just gonna say I know what the pick is.
Spent all of that money in free agency, which is very unlike them. And the one area where we wondered is would they make a move at quarterback?
is it not Jones? It might not be Jones.
I know what the pick is. That's all I'll say.
I mean,
You'd be way more surprised if it wasn't Mac Jones, I think.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just gonna hide my emotions.
I don't know. I'll have fun and like it.
I doubt the mic can even hear me that well, but yeah, I'll have to learn to like the pick. I'm going to assume it's Mac Jones.
Pick is in.
If I make this, the Patriots are going to select Mac Jones.
If you miss it, they're gonna select Mac Jones.
Alright. It doesn't matter, because they're going to select them. I don't like the pick. I don't. And now it's gonna be bad because I think Jones is still gonna pan out. I think Jones is still gonna be a good quarterback. So you're gonna look back at this, if anybody ever looks back at this, and you'll think I'm dumb, but I'm not gonna tell you that Jones isn't gonna be a good quarterback. I still think he will, but I think his ceiling is a more athletic Matt Ryan, which can be an MVP caliber guy, in his career year maybe, but
Yeah.
if you gave the Patriots system Justin Fields, the ceiling is just so much higher than it is with Jones. And Jones could even be a Hall of Famer one day. I don't know, but I just in terms of raw ceiling, I think it's a boring pick. I just don't.
World champion New England Patriots. Select Mac Jones.
Wow.
I'm seeing that it was immediately that they picked him. No wait.
Mac Jones goes to the Patriots at 15. Wow. Listen, if you're Mac Jones, that's big. You're happy to go to the Patriots.
Yeah.
You might have been more happy to go to the Niners. I don't really know, but I think that's much better than going to basically every other team. Better than the Panthers, better than the Broncos.
Yeah. Well, when we're talking about now we know what every quarterback is, so the highest bust ability, definitely not Mac Jones anymore. Who that is? It's probably Fields, honestly.
I don't know.
If I have to be honest.
I'm gonna have to get myself to like this pick. I don't necessarily hate it. I just don't like it. I know that's kind of just a. Patriots select Mac Jones. Listen, I still think he can be a great quarterback. I'm going to keep saying it over and over again just because this is huge. So I feel like I have to say it over and over again, but. Wow. I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
At 15, though, to be honest, if you're not trading out of this pick, I don't know if there's a better player that I like here. So
Yeah, I mean, you didn't like to trade.
I don't want to
so-
take Kwity Paye. I don't want to take any edge rushers. I don't want to take Jalen Phillips, and there's a Rashawn. There's a bunch of edge rushers.
Raquan Phillips.
Raquan Phillips. There's a bunch of edge rushers that are going to be in this 16 to 25-ish range that I wouldn't like to take at 15. I wouldn't want to take a wide receiver here at 15. There's a guy from Ole Miss. There's a guy from UNC, I want to say, as well. I think it's UNC. I don't...
Jalen Phillips.
Jalen Phillips. I think I said Jalen Phillips.
Yeah. I said Raquan. I was thinking. I don't know who I was thinking.
At 15, I don't... I mean, if it's your franchise guy, it's your franchise guy. That's big. Again, would I rather have Mac Jones at 15, or would I rather have traded this next year's first to get Justin Fields? I would have rather traded next year's first to get Justin Fields.
Yeah.
The reality is I think there's a very good chance that Mac Jones turns out to be a better quarterback than Justin Fields, but I don't think it's necessarily because Jones is better. I just think it's because
system,
it's a situation.
Yeah. I think Jones. I think they viewed Jones as a better fit than Fields. I think they probably know that Fields is a better talent, but they know he's a better fit. I think that's what they went with.
Potentially.
I don't know if you could fault that. I mean, if you know this guy's going to fit in your system and you know you can build a really good team around him, I mean, you can't fault that.
Yeah, no,
Again, would you rather have the star quarterback, who obviously if he's a star quarterback, doesn't really matter what the system is, he's probably going to be pretty good anyways. But you could have a guy like this who's, but let's say when he becomes a free agent, he's not going to get that much money. I know he's a starting quarterback, but he's not going to get top dollar like if Fields were to be a top quarterback.
Yeah.
So you do have to look at it like that. In that if you do have to pay this guy, and if you do, it's not going to be top dollar.
I mean, I don't know. If you win a Super Bowl with Mac Jones, and even if he's not the best quarterback in the league, you're still gonna have to pay him. You're still gonna have to pay him top 5 money.
I don't know. I mean, if he went to Super Bowl before he becomes a free agent,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's gonna happen exactly.
I think it's a
but
possibility. I mean,
I don't know.
I
think there's teams that are still better than the Patriots.
No, 100%.
So,
But
I don't know if they could.
I just think Belichick is. I think he's still by far the best coach in the league. I don't know about by far, but I think as just a head coach, I think he's the best quarterback in the league, or head coach in the league. I think the organization is still a top 1 organization in the NFL. I think they have a good chance to win the division. I mean, the Cardinals pick is in. We'll see who they pick.
Yeah, this came in pretty fast.
We didn't talk about it really too much.
I'd expect Paye, right? Best player on the board right now.
I don't know if he's the best player on the board. It might be Kwity Paye. Linebacker. Okay. I don't know too much about him.
I don't know too much about him either.
But he's been a guy that's been rumored to go in that this 18 to 16 to 24 range as well.
Yeah, and I mean, again, they were going Tucker if he was there. So
Yeah.
I don't know much about him.
I just think he's. I mean, I don't think he has a ceiling of Parsons, but he might not have the floor. He might just have a higher floor. He's not taking a 12, so I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, but 15 Jones, I don't know. I'm gonna have to start liking the pick more. I'm trying to get myself to like it more. I think there's definitely a bunch of reasons to like the pick.
Yeah.
But again, when you're taking a guy in the first round, you don't want that ceiling to be low, and I still think his ceiling is, if his career works out like perfectly, I think, he's probably, maybe a slightly better Matt Ryan. So maybe like an MVP, maybe he wins a Super Bowl, but I don't think he's going to be that top 10 quarterback of all time type of guy that you take in the first round, and so I don't know. Because as nice as it is to get your quarterback of the future, if you got a guy like Kirk Cousins, you could throw Andy Dalton in that conversation as well. Those guys are just as much of a curse as they're a blessing because you're kind of stuck with them.
Yeah.
I mean, the Bengals were essentially stuck with Dalton longer than they should have been just because not only is that organization so just conservative, but
You're winning. You're going to the playoffs.
yeah, a guy like Dalton was never going to win a Super Bowl there. but you held on to him, and it's just, you know, are you happy you picked Dalton? I don't know. I mean, it's interesting.
Shut up.
Not
Hold on, let me put you on speed. Hey, buddy, it's so. Anyway, what you up to?
Yeah, I was gonna say that clip of Zayvon Collins running that was Zayvon Collins, right?
Yeah, that
was really slow.
Yeah, he looked really slow. They said he's 6'4", 260. So he's definitely not fast, but that did look very slow. All right, I guess we'll go to 20.
Yeah, I guess we'll go to 20. We'll see if there's any picks or trades or whatever. But
Raiders here today again. We didn't go past 16 in ours, so this will be kind of uncharted. But Raiders, I'm not even exactly.
all I want to
sure.
say is, if any team decides to select a running back, if it's Najee Harris, if it's the guy from Clemson, Travis Etienne, I believe is his name. If any team selects running back in the first round, then I know that selecting Mac Jones in the first round is not the worst pick in the draft. That's what I just selecting running back in the first round is just
Well, at least it's not a top 10 pick, top 5 pick.
I'm never leaving now.
We made the deal too good.
Oh wait, I didn't see Trey Wingo tweet that the Packers reportedly told Aaron Rodgers they were going to trade him in the offseason and then backed off. It's been a bleep show between them ever since, and within the last week, Rodgers told them, trade or no trade, I'm not coming back. I didn't see that. It was 6 hours ago.
I didn't see that. I didn't know that.
Wow. I mean, I don't know if that's true. Trey Wingo isn't the most relevant. You know, he's not an Adam Schefter.
Trey Wingo said that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a verified account. It's Trey Wingo. He's not been known for, you know, super reliable reports like a Schefter or a Rappaport.
Yeah.
He's not that, but I don't know. It's tough to be, you know, shocked. I mean, it's tough to be not, I don't know. It's just, I don't see Aaron Rodgers getting traded, but, you know, I don't know.
I think he does get traded.
You think he gets traded? I mean, to who?
AFC team.
Yeah.
What team? I think.
Definitely clearly not the Patriots. This is the problem with, like, if you were going to trade Rodgers, you trade him before the draft because you're just, and it was the same with Watson, you know, because just go through the first 15 picks. All of those teams that needed a quarterback would have been in contention for trading for Rodgers. They would have just been bidding themselves up. Just competition. That's just how trading works. That's just how the world works. When you let the draft happen, I mean, the Jaguars were going to draft Lawrence. I mean, the Jets could have been in competition. The Niners definitely would have been in contention. The Panthers, the Broncos. I mean, basically like 20 teams in the league. The Patriots would have been before this draft as well. But now, you know, you've reduced it down to, I don't know, maybe there's probably 5 teams that'll be legitimately competing to trade for Rodgers.
Yeah.
I just think you're going to, by default, get less than you would have if you had traded him before the draft.
They said the Niners inquired, but it was they ended the conversation pretty quickly on the side of Green Bay. Trying to see everything else on it.
Who do the Raiders go? If they're not going to go with wide receiver, I don't know. I don't think they go offensive line. Maybe they do. I don't know.
They definitely need offensive line. I mean, they traded Trent Brown. They let go of a couple guys. Rodney Hudson, right? So, definitely could go offensive line here. But
I think they go edge rusher.
They could. I mean, you Cleveland Farrell, Max Crosby. Definitely could.
I think they had the least amount of sacks in the league last year, too. I could be wrong about that, though. Okay. I mean, I don't know too much about him, but...
I don't know too much about him, but they needed offensive line, so... I guess it's Not a bad pick.
If he works out, yeah. I don't know too much about him, so. I mean, if you're asking me, would I rather have, Alex Leatherwood at 17 or Rashawn Slater at 13? I mean, I'll give me Rashawn Slater at 13 every day. So.
Yeah, good.
And it as far as I'm aware, it seems like the Raiders could have traded up. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but there were clearly trades to be had there. So maybe they like Leatherwood more than Slater.
Or they just weren't. I mean,
They just, I don't know. Maybe they just.
they would have had to move up ahead of 13. You
Yeah.
had Dallas, Philly, Giants.
I mean, those were
Those were all trades right there, so that would have been tough to trade up in that. And you would have had to give up a lot.
Yeah.
So they clearly had Slater and Leatherwood. Right, that's the name, Leatherwood. At least graded somewhat closer together, where you'd rather not give up all that.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, he's an Alabama offensive lineman, so it's probably not that bad.
And when I said bleep show, by the way, that's actually what the tweet said. So,
For what?
like when I was reading Trey Wingo's tweet, I didn't like bleep myself out.
Oh,
Like it just he said bleep show.
Yeah.
I was just reading the tweet. I only said that because there was a comment from Ashley.
Oh. Dolphins are up again. I think they go edge rusher. I think Quiddy Pay's a good fit here.
Yeah, no, I would agree.
I'd be surprised if they go anywhere else. I'll pick soon. Yeah. I mean, I feel like it almost has to be him.
It's probably an edge rusher. I don't know if it's Quiddy Pay or not. They're definitely not going to go for another wide receiver. So.
Yeah, definitely. 60% chance of still being available at pick 46.
What?
Leatherwood, who they just took, 60% chance he was still going to be there at pick 46. So, maybe a reach.
I mean, the Raiders have been reaching on guys ever since they took basically like Cleveland Farrell.
Yeah, that was a reach at 4, where I did not have him. I don't exactly remember that draft, but definitely didn't have him at 4.
Yeah.
Especially, wasn't there someone in that draft? Was that 2019? That was 2019. Right?
I'd have to look up the draft. But.
Looking up right now. He was the 2019 draft, yeah. So. Yeah, the 2019 draft, you had Murray, Bosa. Oh, this isn't good. You had Quinnen Williams 3rd, Farrell 4th.
Devin White went to pick after. They're not the same position.
Yeah, you
but
had Bush at Oliver. You had Devin White, Rashawn Gary. You had guys that should have went in front of him.
Montez Sweat went at 26. He's definitely been a. So basically, not Quiddy Pay, but they still went with an edge rusher.
Yeah, I was going to say Quiddy Pay or Jalen Phillips. Quiddy Pay, I mean, he's falling. I think the Giants might get him at 20. Because Washington doesn't need defensive linemen. So I think the Giants, if they want him at 20, he's going to be there.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I don't know.
It's definitely dropping there. I mean, it's definitely dropping a little bit.
Despite the fact that he has had an injury history, and he is going to need to
Yeah, I don't know. Washington could go offensive line here. They could go. I mean, they're gonna go offensive line here, right? I'd assume. I'm just looking at.
I would assume so. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Based on position need, but what's that there? Yeah, I don't know. I think they can definitely go offense. I would say unless they're gonna go secondary, but unless they take Farley, I don't think there's really anyone there. So
Yeah.
I think they probably go offensive line. I would say. All right.
Isn't an F-150 because of the name on the tailgate. It's an F-150 because it's built for tough, built to haul more, built to tow more.
2 hours, 18 minutes.
Yeah,
Because they
it's
know
going
that
by.
brawn can get the job done, but it takes brains and brawn to get it done right. Tough this smart.
You know, I was watching. I think I watched Coward's like final mock draft today. I think he legitimately did like. I don't know. He might have done double-digit mock drafts.
Oh, you get like 10.
He might have. He might. I lost count. So
Yeah.
Why should your business go with a hybrid cloud? Well, it's a lot like golf. So many factors
Facing the
affect
wrong
your
way.
shot. Like distance, weather, club selection. The more insights you have, the better your game. It's the same with business. With IBM Watson on a hybrid cloud,
It's so winning.
huh?
That's so winning.
What do you mean?
Like a shot.
It didn't? You mean?
No, I'm saying like it's so went in. Like she shot.
Oh,
and then, like, it
oh,
changed
oh,
the game.
Let's raise a corrector. Let's raise those neighborhood favorites.
Picks in.
Raise all the kitchen areas.
I didn't know that Alex Leatherwood was a reach at the time. I just.
It seems like everyone's saying.
Oh,
that
clearly
was
seems like a reach.
So. I mean, look,
I
they needed
definitely
offensive
was
line.
not too familiar with the name.
Yeah, they needed offensive line, but I just don't know if he was. I don't know if he was the pick.
Darisaw would probably have been the pick, I would assume. He's an offensive lineman. Yeah, there's definitely offensive linemen that are ranked higher than him.
I mean, there's a tweet. I mean, Cleveland Farrell 4th in 2019, Damon Arnett 19th overall last year, and then Alex Leatherwood 17 this year. Definitely all reaches.
Yeah, Arnett is probably. I guess Arnett.
Yeah, he's
might be
not.
the biggest reach.
Yeah,
Be your best and look it. By
but
using just for men's shampoo and hair color to eliminate gray,
definitely.
5 easy minutes. It's time to look forward.
I mean, I'm not saying Arnett was the worst pick out of those. But.
Welcome to your wildest cravings. Come
Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy though.
cravings box. It's only
I just, if this pick doesn't work out, when do you start to look at the Raiders and say, I mean, Mayock,
I mean, their GM is
Gruden.
a draft analyst. He would
Yeah.
he would just be better. But I mean, everyone's saying Leatherwood would have been their second round and maybe third round.
yeah,
So to take him middle first round, I mean, it's definitely a reach. You could have traded down. Again, who knows what you I don't know.
who knows what? I don't know if people were dying to trade up to 17.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a great player.
But
that's
still, use your next round draft pick on Leatherwood.
yeah.
Like,
take a position, take another position. You know? And they could have went wide receiver if they really wanted to.
I mean, looking at how Ruggs might not be.
You had Elijah
guy?
Moore, who was still there.
Yeah. As much as you probably weren't going to take receiver there, I'd rather take
Yeah.
Elijah Moore there. And
I'd rather take a receiver than take Leatherwood at 17. Yeah.
NFL schedule will be released on Wednesday, May 12th at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2 and NFL Network. Don't miss the first look at the entire schedule and in-depth analysis of every team and division. Also starting May 12th.
I don't know when we start to do get into win over under predictions for the NFL, but
I mean, when the schedule releases, we could definitely do something about that.
yeah, that's I was thinking an episode. One episode could be like the West, AFC West or whatever. One could be NFC West, whatever.
Yeah.
The Washington football team selects Jamin Davis, linebacker, Kentucky.
He was on, definitely not a reach. I don't know if he's, I don't know too much about him, but I know that he's not a reach.
I don't know too much about him.
Consistent, tough, smart, has leadership ability, his speed to the football is outstanding. He's got versatility as well. You know, about 15 tackles against Vandy, 13 against Georgia. An interception return of 85 yards for a touchdown against Tennessee. Now, he only had the one start in 2019, so he had that one phenomenal
Mac
year.
Jones at 15.
4-6-5, 38
Wow.
physically and athletically.
All right, so this is the last pick for a live stream. So
Yeah.
who do the Giants go with here? They traded out of 11 to get here. Maybe they go with a receiver. There's a potential they go Elijah Moore. I don't think so. They could go out. They could go offensive line. They might go with Christian Darisaw. I don't think they go edge rusher. Maybe they do.
I don't know. I mean, you still have Leonard Williams, still have Dexter Lawrence, so maybe not. I think they probably go offensive line or wide receiver.
I wouldn't hate offensive line here. I don't know that I love picking Elijah Moore at 20. I just like.
I feel like because you trading out of 11, knowing that you were going to get one of the top 3, I feel like you'd rather just wait till later rounds to get a wide receiver than still stay first round when you know those are the top 3 guys.
Yeah.
So I feel like they probably won't go receiver. I think offensive line, which I know they got a lot in the future in the first round next year and the 4th and 5th, but to not get a skill player like in the first round, I think that's a fail. I think that's a bad job by them.
I disagree. I think the fact that you're able to trade down. Well, okay. I mean,
It's only because you may have to reset after this year. That's the only problem.
Would you have loved to take Waddle at 11? Sure, but there's nothing you can do about it if he's not there. I mean, there's just
Yeah. I mean, look,
Would
you
you
still
have taken Smith at 11? Sure, but if he's not there, he's not there. I mean, there's just
No, he's not there. But you knew that the Eagles definitely were looking into Smith. They trade once you saw there was no corner for the Cowboys to get 10. You almost had to think that they were going to trade out of that spot. And I know it's only one pick, but you definitely could have moved up in that one pick.
So would the Giants? So the Giants would have had to essentially given up probably next year's second or this year's second to get there, to take Smith. If they wanted to trade up, but instead they traded down.
I mean,
To
the Eagles
beat the
gave up
Eagles
a
off.
third.
Yeah.
To go up 2 picks. The Giants, I mean,
They would have had to beat the Eagles offer, basically. I mean,
yeah.
they would have had to give up this year's or
maybe
next year's
They
second.
could have given up like a 3rd and a 5th.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
They didn't want to give up a 2. They could have given up a 3 and something else. I just feel like because look, after this year, if Jones still isn't the guy, you're gonna have to reset a quarterback. And next year's not a great draft. You're probably not gonna be that bad next year to the point where you are picking at the top of the draft. Where like if there is a great quarterback, that you'll get him. So you're definitely in a weird situation where is Jones still gonna be your quarterback next year? Do you bring in a bridge guy?
I don't like Jones, so like I wouldn't. I think
they're in a tough situation.
To me, like they would have gotten a lot of backlash, and people would be upset if they picked Fields at 11. To me, I don't like Jones, so I would have been completely fine with it. But would I rather have traded a 3rd and a 5th to take Smith, or would I rather just get a 1st rounder next year and trade back to 20 and pick up an offensive lineman that you? I mean, I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
And look, if you take offensive lineman here, you have the 1st round pick next year, like you said. You could trade up for a quarterback. Depending on where they trade with the Bears, we'll see how the Bears end up this year. But I guess it's possible you could trade up next year for a quarterback. But again, who are the quarterbacks next year? And it's not going to be 5. there may not even be 3. So I don't know. We'll have to see which ones emerge next year. Like there could be a Zach Wilson where you have no clue who he even is, and then he has a great season. So same with Trey Lance. I mean, who would have thought that Zach Wilson and Trey Lance would have went second?
Well, no,
and third
Trey Lance was definitely
third. I don't know about third. I was like going into the 2020 season. I know he didn't play this year.
I thought there was a chance Trey Lance could have done third. Yeah, I genuinely think so. I don't
know.
I think
going
Burrow
into this last season,
Burrow was an example of somebody that.
Yeah. I mean, the year before 2019, 2018, I guess the year was, or 2019, whatever the year was. He was terrible that year. His first year at LSU. Obviously not the Heisman year, but. So, it's possible, that someone has.
There's no Trevor Lawrence in next year.
No, there's no Trevor Lawrence.
There probably isn't going to be. There probably still won't be a Lance or a Wilson or.
I'll kind of look up, possibly who it is, but.
No, I don't know. I think. I don't know. The Giants still have faith in Daniel Jones. I don't. That's kind of the difference. I don't think you do either, really. So, to me, I wouldn't. If they took Justin Fields, it's a bad look for the organization, clearly, but it's one that, if you're going to rip off the Band-Aid, you're going to have to rip it off at some point. So just, do it.
Yeah. And looking at quarterbacks for next year, it's not great. The top guy right now is the Oregon quarterback, Tyler Shao. I don't know how to say his last name. You have the guy from USC who everyone thinks he's going to be really good, but he really hasn't shown it. So it's not looking great for quarterbacks next year.
Yeah, I don't know. There's going to be quarterbacks going in the first round. I don't know.
But this is the last pick that we're doing, so
yeah.
I think offensive line. Darisaw, right?
It's Darisaw. Yeah, I think so you say it.
I'd like to say that's the guy who's getting picked. But.
With the 20th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Kadarius Toney, wide receiver.
Wow. Okay.
Ooh.
So they get their wide receiver at 20. I don't know if they liked him more than Devontae Smith or not.
Yeah.
They must have had them about equal. Toney was a guy that was rumored to definitely go in the first round. I don't know about 20. He was a guy that I was expecting to go in that 25 to 32 range. He might slip into the second round. I don't hate the pick at 20. You were able to trade back. If you like him about as much as you like Smith, you traded back from 11 to 20. You got a first next year and some other stuff. I forget exactly.
Fourth and fifth.
A fourth and a fifth. You got a first, a fourth, and a fifth. Take a guy that you'd assume they have about equally ranked. So I don't hate it. Really, I don't. You could argue he might even be a safer pick than Smith. Especially because you get a first. You got to capitalize on the team trading up to get a quarterback. That was the last time the team did that this draft. So I don't hate it. I really don't. I think this team has a lot of holes. It's not just you're not gonna get this guy and then instantly start competing for the division.
Yeah,
probably not.
Yeah, this guy's a gadget guy. That's what he is. And they're showing highlights right now. He's end around, screen, slants, punt return, kick return. That's kind of speed guy. So he's not gonna be your number one wide receiver, but I guess that's not exactly what you need.
He still could be. If you can drop the offense,
he just won't be a true number one.
Not necessarily true number one, but he might be a guy that if you drop the offense well to just get him plays, passes in the open field. I still think he could be. He could be a guy that catches. You could catch a bunch of slant routes. If you just get him open in the field, he's a guy that can clearly create space.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, he might not be your traditional true number one, but I don't know. I don't hate the pick. I don't know if he's going to be better than Elijah Moore. I don't know if he's going to be better than some other receivers in the draft. I'm not, who knows, but to get a first, a fourth, and a fifth and still get your wide receiver in round one, it's tough to hate that pick.
Getting that first round pick and getting a receiver, if you had him graded closer to Smith, I think that's then I think that's a good job. I mean, obviously, but
We'll have to see if he actually pans out or not. I mean,
Yeah.
he could be a guy like Tavon Austin, who was essentially, I mean, he was drafted higher than 20, but he was another one of those just speed guys, gadget guys, and he didn't really work out.
yeah.
John Ross, not necessarily in the same, kind of the same, but another speed guy. Ruggs, a speed guy, didn't work out. I don't know that Kadarius Toney is necessarily just a raw speed guy, but he's a guy that's not your traditional. You know, he's not a jump ball guy, and he's not a guy that just is just a super technical route runner. He's clearly just a guy that, you know, he's a gadget guy. He's going to be
give him
good
the
in the
ball.
end arounds if he can get him the ball.
Yeah.
Good. But
It's basically just give him touches, whether it's in the backfield or slants, and that he'll do his job. Kind of like Tyreek Hill, honestly. I feel like that's probably a better comparison than who they have to him, Waddle or Chase they had to him. So
yeah, I don't know. He just has to actually be a good enough, like, even though Tyreek Hill's kind of like similar, he's kind of a gadget guy. He's still a guy that's gonna create so much separation
definitely.
still. So,
Yeah,
Kadarius Toney, that's the unknown part. Is he going to be able to actually create separation?
like a rookie Tyreek Hill, I think is what.
Sure. Yeah.
Where he wasn't polished enough to be a route runner wide receiver. He was definitely gadget rookie year, and he turned himself into a better wide receiver, obviously. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I think that's it though, right?
Yeah, that's it. Appreciate everybody who stayed to the end. It's a 2-hour, 34-minute on the dot live stream so far. So yeah, we'll be back. I'm assuming we'll be back Monday. I don't know if we do anything in between that. I mean, at some point we'll give a more just comprehensive breakdown on the draft and grades, I'm assuming. Stay tuned. Feel free to check out the YouTube. This should also be on YouTube as well. If not, then I don't know, but it should be on YouTube as well. Check out Instagram, Twitter, social medias, all that type of stuff. Obviously, YouTube, the Whole 9 Yards podcast. So, yeah, we'll be back